Morning, everyone. Another beautiful sunrise session. Applied Spirituality, Understanding Life, episode number 12. I've gotten a little bit of feedback. People are asking if I would give a little bit of scientific evidence to support my claims about our case of mistaken identity. And so I will do that in this episode. If we look at life just through the quantum level, not even going to the quantum level because it's still something that can be measured before we go below the subatomic, everything that you can see, everything that you can know is made up of atoms. How about that? And then we got a better way to measure. We got a better microscope, and we looked at, well, what is an atom? And we were able to look inside an atom with an electron microscope, and we saw that it's actually 99.9 to the 13th power empty space, and that it's a proton and electrons, basically. Neutron, proton, electron. So basically atoms are 99.9 to the 13th power empty space. And then what is a proton? Well, that must be the solid part. Wrong answer. It's actually a haze of photons of light that what quantum scientists say is that why they call it a haze of photons is that they have not gelled into their potential. They are in all potential states. There's something called non-locality in quantum physics, which means that it does not have a location. Electrons, protons are popping in and out of existence. They're here and then they're not here. So that's pretty mind-blowing, and it really doesn't fit into our everyday experience of life. It's like, okay, how does that apply, Brian? Why does that even matter as I'm going grocery shopping that photons are popping in and out of existence? Well, it's more about your personal experience than it is it's more your internal experience of life versus your external. But I have to tell you that they are absolutely paired. They're wired together. So right now I want to give you this experience where I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes and notice the space that you are in with your eyes closed. Everything now becomes simply sensation. Your eyes are not telling you that there are objects. You can feel the breeze or the room temperature. You can feel the weight of your body, but these are all just sensations. And I want you to focus more on the space that you experience when your eyes are closed, that there isn't really anything defining. There's no edges to this space. Actually, go looking to see if you can find an edge in that internal space. And I'm going to say that you don't. There aren't any edges. It's not really defined by limitations of any sort. And if you go back and you feel that space again, and you stay just with the experience of that space, does the space have any gender? No. Does that space have an age? No. Interesting. So let's go back, one more thing. When you're in that space with your eyes closed, that doesn't have any edges, or a gender, or an age, is it the same location that you would call myself? Yes. The answer is yes. Oh, look at that. So what you really are is this spacious awareness, this genderless, ageless, spacious awareness. And because it doesn't actually have any edges, it's not limited. It has no shape. It's not limited. So what you are is limitless, ageless, genderless awareness. That's what you are. And you're having experience. And, if you want to bring the divinity aspect into the conversation, this one, it really can't be proven other than the fact that we are all having the same human experience. But my point there is bringing the divine aspect into it is like, okay, well then what am I really? Well, you are the presence of divinity. You are the presence of consciousness, and consciousness is primary. That's what, going back to the quantum level, what quantum physics is telling us is that everything is light. That, going back to the haze of photons, photons are light. At the center of every atom is light. Therefore, multiply everywhere times light. That's what everything is. It's light. Everything is made up of light. When you're in a completely dark room, the only thing that's there is sensation. No objects. I hope that this is making sense. I feel like I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit, but it's like that. I mean, it's so mind-blowing to the mind that we have to jump around and kind of connect some of these dots. So what we are is divinity in human form having experience. And it appears that life is the school and love is the lesson. I can certainly expound on that in another video. So back to the application. Great, Brian, that's wonderful news. How do I apply it? Well, all of our relationships are not actually occurring outside of us. They're occurring within us. My relationship to anybody is actually happening within me. So if there's something that's not working in the relationship, I can change it first within myself, and then external reality will match that. Applied spirituality, understanding life.